Well, hello folks, Custard Prophet here. Welcome to my ranch. Now, I have a question for you. Do you enjoy the look and feel of Ranch Simulator but are struggling to play the game? Are you finding it confusing, difficult to work out how to perform certain tasks? If the answer is yes to any of those questions, then this video is for you. Even if your answer is no, I think there will still be some useful tidbits in here for you to take away. So in this semi-regular video series, we'll be exploring different areas of Ranch Simulator, and I'll try and answer some of the questions that I had when first starting playing the game. We'll do this by exploring different broad areas in each episode, and in today's episode we'll be focusing on wood. How to get wood, how to store wood, and how to transport it, and much more. Let's get into it. We're going to start with the basics. So wooden planks are one of the most useful resources in the game and are important in building almost every structure. The easiest way to get planks is from these things, yes, trees, and we'll talk in a minute how to get planks, but first we'll need to explore how to get logs, or as I like to call them, tree Lego. Logs come from cutting down trees. No big surprise there. There are a lot of trees on the map, but importantly, not all of them can be harvested. Just those around your farm. However, the area that you can cut trees down in is surprisingly large. So it goes from here at the front of the farm, there's a lot of space in front of you there, to here at the back of the farm where there's not quite so many trees. On this west side, we can harvest all the trees all the way up to the edge of the map, and you can go all the way up that slope to harvest all those trees up there. It's just going to be hard to take the logs back down with you. So to cut down a tree, just approach it and your axe will be automatically equipped. Then hold down E when prompted and voila, you have a tree that's cut down. You then press E again when pointing at the felled tree, and you will chop that up into logs. So trees come in different sizes. The smallest you can cut down will provide 2 logs, and the largest 5 logs, with various sizes in between. You also produce a tree stump with every tree you cut down, and you can remove this again by holding down E while pointing at it. One question that you might have is whether there's any reason to keep this tree trunk in place. The answer, at least in the current game, is not really, beyond aesthetic reasons and perhaps using it as a marker of something. Trees unfortunately do not regrow in the game, and the tree stump will prevent you from building at that spot and get in the way of you driving, so it's best to get rid of them really. Now your character can only transport 1 log at a time in their hands, so given that some of the trees available for harvest are a decent distance away from your ranch, it might not make sense to move everything by hand. So at the start of the game you will have access to a UTV, which is essentially a off-road vehicle with some space in the back, and you can use this to transport logs. You can't do this with the trailer back up though, you need to put that down. But once you've done that, you can put the logs in lengthwise, and you can orient the log by just scrolling the mouse wheel. You can put them next to each other and stack them on top of each other, and with this method you'll be able to transport 2 to 3 trees worth of logs in that truck. There are also bigger vehicles, bigger trailers, which will allow you to take more. Now on to how to make planks from a log. At the start of the game you will have a saw table. This needs to be placed before using it. It neatly packs up into a box so it can be transported around with ease. You can make your logs on the go. This is fuel powered, and you'll need to attach a jerry can or fuel container containing fuel to the saw table for it to work properly. Once this is done, put a log onto the saw table and it will cut it into 2 planks. There is actually an option to buy what they call a luxury saw table from the hardware shop in town. This is a staggering $700, and the only advantage to this luxury saw table is that it will cut logs much faster. If you can't be bothered to go through the process of cutting the logs, you can also buy planks from the same shop. However, these are expensive, costing $32 for 8 of them. So now you know how to get planks, and we'll look how to use them to build with in another episode. If you're particularly industrious though, you might well want to store logs or planks in advance of your next building project. Now you can do this in a number of ways. You can do this by stacking them up on the floor, and they do look pretty attractive in piles. But if you don't fancy that, you can build a log rack with 12 planks. This will neatly stack either 42 logs or 200 planks. It won't do a mixture of these resource types, and so thinking about the maths there, you'll get more stored if your logs are converted to planks. If you're strapped for cash, you can also sell your wooden planks. You can take them down to the hardware store or the general store, and you can sell them for a measly $2 per plank. You can't sell logs though. Okay folks, that is your lot. Any tips on anything to do with wood that I haven't talked about in the game, please put those in the comments. Also, if there's an area of the game that you would like me to cover in this series, please let me know about that down below. If you got something out of this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future content, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.